Well, we are joined this afternoon by 2019 Prolific Prep forward Kuany Kuany, Sudanese Australian, who's now a freshman at Cal Berkeley playing in the Pac-12. And Kuany, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing well. Trying to get through quarantine. It's been hard, but I'm doing well. A lot better than most people, so I'm happy.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Kuany was a senior last year in our class, 2019. He came and transferred to us his senior year. Kwani's actually was born in Kenya, and he's Sudanese, and then raised primarily in Australia. And we were very fortunate to have Kuany here in our program his senior year. And so, Kuany, talk to us a little bit about, heading into your senior year. You had, you knew that that year was important. There's college was down the road. You had visions of college. You're trying to make sure potentially trying to figure out what you were going to do your senior year. You had some choices, stay back in Florida or come out to our place. And, you have an older brother who's mentored to you, and you have a couple coaches back in Australia. Talk to us a little bit about prior to you going your senior year, and what were some of the thoughts in transferring into our program?
So going into my senior year, I wanted to give myself like the best like opportunity possible, or like find the best way to achieve my goals and be able to like play college basketball. So I went back home in August, and I was just sitting there, and like I didn't know what I really wanted to do. And then I got the opportunity to come to Prolific, and I knew the history of Prolific, having played against people that went to Prolific, and I knew how they were getting guys to like high major Division ones, or even like just getting guys to college in general. And I seen that they have a lot of pros, so obviously good stuff are happening there. So it's very hard to turn something like that down when you're just gonna play against the best players every night, and you're gonna get the best treatment, and you're gonna get a college scholarship if you just work your butt off.
Yeah, and there's still some unknowns though. Like anytime you make a decision, right? Even a college decision or transfer in our program, there's still unknowns. And so part of the transition period was, having a host family. And in our program, almost all our players have host families, and it's something that's unique. It's different. We believe that the family atmosphere outside of basketball is really important. So you can spend a lot of time with your teammates, and you had a lot of really good teammates, but then you also have a chance to be with the family or be by yourself a little bit, so you can have a little bit of separation. Talk to us a little bit about your host family and how that worked, and what were some of your thoughts prior to, and then during, and then after, still to this day.
Well, so when I was heading to Prolific and I figured out the whole host family situation, first I wasn't too comfortable moving into another person's home.
Mm.
But then if someone's willing to open their house, like their home to you, then that's something really good right there. It shows like what type of people they are. So I was also excited but nervous. But when I got there, Mike and Cindy, like they welcomed me, they treated me really well, and they treated me like I was one of their own.
Mm.
So to come from Australia with my family and move to another place where I feel like I'm still at home, that was like the best thing that could have possibly happened to me. And now I still talk to my host family. I still go and visit, and we're very close. And I'm so like grateful that I had like met them and got the opportunity to be around them.
And the unique part is, I think the Westenberg family, like most families, they they just want to see you happy and have a chance to achieve any of the goals you want. Whether you score 30 a game, I mean, you started almost every single game your senior year for us. I mean, some people don't. You started at the 4 and the 3, two positions, which actually down the road, is going to help you in terms of your skill set or whatnot. We could talk about it a little later, but I think the Westenberg family, like most, they just probably wanted to see you happy, and then wanted to see you safe, in a comfortable environment. Because anytime you go to something new, there's still a transition period. Even if it's perfect, there's still transition period to a new program, to a new coach, to teammates. And so that's it's a little bit unique in terms of they don't want anything from you.
Yeah, it's very unique, like you say. Like they just want the best for you. Like till this day, they actually came out and watched a couple of my basketball games, like home games, which like shows like the type of people that they are. And like I was like so happy to like see them out there because I still see like my prolific prep families, and it's just amazing. Like I never thought anything like that could ever happen to me, but like it's amazing that I got put in this situation.
And you really worked your butt off. So from a basketball standpoint, you came to our program. You were probably known as a as an athlete or a big or whatnot. In our program, we try to be a little positionless because down the road, everyone's going to have some skill. And actually, being around you for a few weeks, actually, we probably thought your best skill was the ability to make shots and to be able to move. And so, um, in programs like ours, when we have a lot of size, guys like you that are 6'9", you can play your natural position, which is kind of a 3-4, 4-3, whatever you want to call it nowadays. You know what I mean? So, um, but you earned everything that you competed for, and you are the first player in our program's history to play at Cal Berkeley. Cal Berkeley's down the road from us, and they're in the Pac-12, one of the best academic schools in the country, and you're the first player in our 6-year program history to ever play for Cal. And so that's because of your hard work that you put in, that you were able to have those opportunities, and you earned that.
Yeah, I also feel like none of this would be possible if I wasn't like challenged every day to be better. Cause like we were playing against there was Namari, there was Zach, and we had like alumni coming back to play, and it just helps you like develop your game like so much playing against like really high level talent, and they bring in a lot of like people into the gym, and then people notice you because you're playing really well with these like high level players. And going to Berkeley is like, I was like shocked. I didn't know too much about it at the beginning, but then when I realized how good the school was and like the conference of the basketball as well, I was like, how could you turn this place down?
Yeah, kind of a game changer, a life changer. But you earned that. You were very studious. You were very focused. Um, you spoke a little bit about the peer competition, like within your own team, and some of the alumni like came back in the spring last year, and sometimes in the summer they come back because a lot of players like yourself during certain breaks in school they can't fly home all the way to Australia or Africa or Europe. So a lot of them migrate back to Napa. Like currently in Napa, you have Ibrahima Diallo and one of your former teammates and Alamami Karoma, and some of these guys that are with the coronavirus are there. But so the peer competition at practice was good. But then you had obviously previous experience with the grind session. But then in addition to the grind session, Prolific was able to play, in Chick-fil-A's and flying the hoop. How is the game competition, including the grind session and your teammates competition did? How did that help you?
Um, it helped me a lot by in ways like helping me improve my versatility. So at Prolific, I wasn't just playing the 4 or the 5. I was like playing the 3 and the 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's paid off for me right now because in college I'm playing the 2, the 3, and next year I might see time at the 4. So that helped a lot. But the competition on the grind session, like the players are all high level players,
Mm-hmm.
and then to go along with it, you're playing against like the top talent, and it's like right in your backyard. Like you guys are teammates, so your game elevates.
Yeah, and your skill, I think your skill set is unique. Your skill set is what the new basketball is, right? So your skill set is one of your main things is your ability to make shots. You have the ability to make plays, and being able to have an opportunity to maybe make some mistakes or grow into your skill set. I mean, when we see you, you're 6'9", right? So most people, oh my gosh, put him down near the post or whatever. But coaching staff last year with Billy McKnight and coaches, we need to maximize your skill set so you're better prepared for the next level. Whether you miss a few threes in October, November, December may not be as important as like actually literally taking those shots. So then you're ready. It's at Cal playing the 2-3-4. You're most likely your best offensive skill is the ability to shoot, regardless of your size. You know, you could be 6'9", whatever. But talk a little bit about the offensive system and how you were able to at least play through some mistakes and kind of go through your growing pains and, you know, playing a couple new positions that you might not have played prior to.
So the positionless basketball that Coach Billy had in place for all of us, it helped me a lot because whenever like there was like a need for me, like he would just play me in any position without saying, okay, you're just a four man, you're gonna play in the post or you're gonna just trail and shoot threes. It was like I'm gonna allow you to do all of this. I'm gonna allow you to play and make mistakes, but as long as you play defense and all that, you're allowed to make those mistakes. And at the end of the day, it pays off because in college you'll have your confidence and yeah.
Biggest advice you would give current seniors, like you were last year in May, getting ready to graduate high school at Napa Christian? Biggest advice you can give current seniors prior to going to college? Like you went and entered the Pac-12, which is one of the 3 or 4 best conferences in the country. Any advice you can give current seniors right now?
I believe the best piece of advice is just be prepared to like manage your time because like time management is gonna like be the biggest thing to adjust to. People will say like the playing style or the game speed and all that, but if you can't manage your time, you're gonna struggle. So think of a plan and just like embrace that plan and make sure that you're getting everything done on time, getting the places on like really early, like practice. And if you believe that you're working really hard, there's probably guys out there that have been there for 2-3 years that are working extra hard. So get as much shots as you can up and try to stay in shape.
And you're also an international student. Obviously, international students can be from anywhere around the world. You know, you're Sudanese, South Sudanese, and um, you know, born in Kenya but raised in Australia. So the language, at least, has been the barrier for the language coming to the United States was easy to overcome. But international students as a whole, there's a lot of things that go into it: immigration and academics and basketball and playing with American players. You know, there's a lot. It's a lot harder for international kids to kind of go through to, you know, the process to get to college. And talk a little bit about, from as an international student experience, you know, what are some things to, you know, to maybe share advice with some other international students that maybe follow your journey, because you probably have a lot of people that follow your journey.
The best piece of advice I would say is probably find like a certain group that you trust, like a circle that you trust. You don't have to involve everybody in like what your plans are, but just find that group of people that want to see you succeed and want the best for you, and you can just inform them with everything and make decisions that are best for you. Not like to make other. Don't try to make other people happy. Do what's gonna help you for your future, and that's the best piece of advice I could give like anybody actually, not just an international student, but like with international guys, you come in from like a different country, you're trying to trust all these people, and you can be promised like things that are not gonna happen. So you have to do your own research and all that, and adjustment is gonna be hard to like wherever you go. But that's where your teammates come and play. And if you just keep talking to your teammates, getting closer with them, your adjustments are all gonna be easy.
Yeah, no, it's good advice. And you know, sometimes you have to go through experiences in life to figure out who at the end of the day you can trust or who you can count on, because we all need to count on somebody or whatnot. Some of you guys have very unique personalities, and this past year the team was lucky enough to have an overtime show kind of follow them, or do some, you know, spend 3 or 4 months with the guys. Um, and that's probably because a lot of you guys paved the way or whatnot. So if you've seen a couple of shows, any feedback or any thoughts as a former player, or anything that comes to mind watching the first 3 episodes of the overtime Prolific Prep documentary?
The first 3 episodes just bring back a lot of memories. Like on how close like our teams would be because we travel a lot. We probably travel more than any other team in America because we're going to eat the East Coast every weekend or almost every 2 weekends. So just like how close that we get, you know, sitting in the airport all them hours, flying back like late at night, all of that. Everybody becomes so close, and you can see like the tradition is still going on, even though now that they have like footage of it, you can see what the Florida has been paved.
Yeah, it brings
That's
back
good.
some memories, right? And then
Lots of memories.
then you see Coleman Hawkins with his little personality, and he's almost like the star of the show. I think, kind of. You know what I
I'm,
mean?
I'm, I'm glad you brought Coleman up. Like Coleman is like a character. Like Coleman, like he's gonna be himself at all times. Like he's not gonna change for the surroundings, and like I feel like that's why everybody loves him so much
Yeah.
because no matter what the situation is, he's just gonna be himself, and you can like count on guys like that. So that's why it's Coleman is being the star that he is.
Yeah, he's a little stubborn, but he's his own person. He marches to his own drum.
You have to be
Um,
a little
finishing
stubborn.
up finishing up here. You know, Mawat Mag, our current senior. Obviously, you were teammates with him last year at Prolific, and you were teammates with him before. Um, any and he's come a long way, and he looks up to you a ton. And he's, he signed with Rutgers, which is in the Big Ten. I should call your coach and maybe get a Rutgers Cal home and home game. Maybe that would
Man,
be that would be sweet. Any thoughts on Mawat and his journey as you guys kind of, you guys have been together for a few years, and even though it was 1 year below you, what were your thoughts on you and Mawat's unique journey in basketball and how it's going to end up for him, and where you are right now?
well, to start it off, I've known Mawat for at least 10 years now. Like I've known him since we were in Australia. I used to play with his older brother too. So like that right there automatically like makes us family. We're like actually related, so that's big time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But yeah, we've had the same journey. Like I went off to school in Florida, and then like a year and a half later, he came and I helped with the process, and he just like turned into like this beast. Like he's like development. He just develops like really really fast. But he's like a little brother to me, and I always try to like pave a way for him, even though like he's his own man and he's gonna make his own decisions.
Hmm.
Like if I make a mistake somewhere, I'll try to pass it down to him. Like right now with college, like the time management thing, I've already like told him about it because in the summer I had like my own little struggles with time management.
Hmm.
But when I figured it out, everything was going well for me. So I talked to him a lot about like experiences, what to expect, and like knowing that he's been through like a lot of injuries and all that, and seeing him still like come back every time and like play really well,
He had a
that
good
like
year.
amazes me.
Yeah, he had a good year this year. I mean, he got hurt with a freakish accident in November, but he was, I mean, La Lumiere in the hoop hall game on TV. I mean, he was, at the three spot for us. He did all the little things. This year's team had a little bit of diversity in terms of talent or whatnot, but I think when Mawat was on the floor, I think this year we only lost one game when Mawat was on the floor. I think we were like 19-1 or something like that when he was there. So um, him coming South Sudan, Australia, and he's going to go to Rutgers in the Big Ten. I mean, that's big time. Kind of you paved the way a little bit. You're at a Pac-12 program, and I'm sure he's really happy for you. And he signed with Rutgers in a program that kind of fits his style. They kind of like have unsung heroes that just are tough and are multi-talented, and so it's going to be exciting to see his journey, along with yours.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see like what's to come for him because like the thing that makes me like really really excited about him is he's also positionless and like he's already like got a college body. He's got great defense. He does all the little stuff that people don't notice. And I believe like he's gonna get himself like playing time as soon as possible because of the little things that he does. And then over time he's gonna turn into the player that he wants to be.
Yeah. Well, our entire program and our entire community, once COVID-19, hopefully hopefully we have some type of basketball here in the near future, but We're really proud of you. We're really happy for you. You get a chance to play basketball in the Pac-12 conference at a great school like Cal, with really good diversity here in the Bay Area. And um, I think this upcoming year is going to be a really good year for you. You're going to be healthy, and we're going to be rooting for you and wishing you as much success as you can. And we're going to try to bring, depending on your game schedule, we're going to try to bring all the guys maybe to a game and watch you play. But we wish you success. We're going to probably see you in the spring or summer here, as coronavirus is still here. But we thank you for the time. We appreciate everything that you've done for our program, and thanks for taking the time this afternoon.
Thanks, Coach P. I appreciate you reaching out to me. I'm glad that I can always call you anytime. You answer the phone within 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think I have to figure out if I had to go change my son's diaper or answer one of my former players' phone calls. It'd be a tie. I don't know. I have so many former players, but no, you mean a lot to us and to me personally, and we wish you good success here in the summer and stay. I mean, the big thing is staying healthy, obviously, in this time period. But the healthier you are, the more success you're going to have. So say hi to your brother there in Dallas, and I think you're flying back tomorrow or the next day.
Yep, tomorrow.
Gotcha. You'll probably be one of like 10 people. So if you're really nice, maybe they'll bump you to first class or something.
Oh, hopefully.
Or maybe drop Billy McKnight's name or Mawat's name, and then maybe they'll bump you to first class.
Hopefully.
All right, well, get some rest. We'll see you shortly.
All right, thank you.